You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, NTA_live, and on our YouTube channel, NTA News Online, and on other social media platforms showing on your screen. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of new chief executive officers of agencies and parastatals under Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, in line with his resolve to base Nigeria's economic revival on the foundation of trade expansion through small, medium and large-scale industry facilitation in the country. Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, San Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, Afis Ogun, Oluwatoyin Industrial Training Fund, ITF, Kamar Bakrin, National Sugar Development Council, Olufemi Ogunyemi, Nigeria Export Processing Zone Authority, Nonye Ayeni, Nigeria Export Promotion Council, Aisha Rimi, Nigeria Investment Promotion Council. Others include Bamanga Usman Jeddah, Oil and Gas Free Zone Authority, Charles Odi, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, Standard Organizations of Nigeria, Ifeanyi Chukwunonso Okeke, Rabiu Olowu, Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, Anthony Atuche, Nigeria Commodities Exchange, Veronica Safia Ndanusa, Lagos International Trade Fair Complex, Lucia Shitu Tafabalewa Square Management Board, Oluwemimo Joseph Osinipin, National Automotive Design and Development Council. In a statement, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajuri Nglale, explains that in view of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu's administration, the appointees in this critical sector are expected to work optimally to deliver in accordance with new key performance, indicating benchmarks as established by the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment. The appointment takes immediate effect. President Bola Tinubu has approved more than 260 roads intervention across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. Works Minister David Umahi revealed this in an interview with NTA after an audience with the President at the State House. Musbah Wahab reports.
One-on-one meetings with ministers dominated the President's schedule for the day, and the meetings have been purposeful as very effective. The next big deal was to come from the Ministry of Works.
Over 260 routes.
The rains are almost over for the season, but not without leaving many federal roads devastated.
I have about 17 points along this West Road that have been destroyed by flood. Mr. President has approved and released money for the immediate repairs.
The President has also approved the resurfacing of the third mainland bridge, construction of Lekki Deep Sea Port Road, reconstruction of 2 collapsed bridges in Enugu, and reconstruction of 2 locations on Onitsha-Owerri Road. The emergency roads repairs will go up about 217 billion naira. Other roads approved for construction include the upgrading of the ongoing Abuja-Kefia-Kwanga-Lafia Road and dualization of the Lafia Bypass.
And of course the construction of Lafia Bypass dualization, from Makurdi through Oturupo, through Obolafo, down to 9th Mile. It's a major one. Mr. President has approved it. Again, it's being financed by China Exim Bank. The Lafia Kefi is also financed by China Exim Bank.
The process for the road projects begins immediately.
We are doing these designs and we are doing the procurement and selecting contractors to do this. We're calling some contractors that have existence projects within these locations. We're getting selective tendering, from the approval of BPP, and these are the procedures. So I'm very sure that with the onset of dry season, from November, this work will get started, and we're going to put a lot of pressure on them for them to complete the works.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, his counterpart in industry, trade and investment, Doris Anite, also had their separate times with the president. From the State House, Musbal and Wahab, NTA News.
Saudi Arabia and Nigeria are considering expansion of their bilateral ties and cooperate more in various areas to deal with the challenges facing the world, such as climate change, sustainable development, combating terrorism, promoting free trade and investment. The Saudi Arabian Special Envoy and Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ahmed Al-Jubeir, who visited President Bola Tinubu at the State House, acknowledged what he described as strong ties between the two countries. The Special Envoy of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince and Prime Minister, His Highness Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, believes Nigeria and his country, with their similarities, can achieve greater heights in closer relations.
We are members of OPEC, and we are also members of the Organization of Islamic Countries. We have very strong tribal and familial ties, and we believe that we are very cooperating very closely to deal with the challenges facing our world. We believe that our two countries are able to take the tremendous history that they have and use it to move our relationship to greater heights.
Both responsible hydrocarbon producers. We're looking at the future. We're looking at energy transition. The minister actually also pointed out that there was a need to do more in terms of our cultural relations.
Bilateral issues, the envoy also sought the support of Nigeria towards hosting a forthcoming Arab-Africa summit and Saudi Arabia's bid to host the Men's Football World Cup in 2034. Vice President Kashim Shettima is tasking stakeholders in the power sector to evolve modern techniques to address the challenges facing the power sector in Nigeria so as to raise the standard in line with global best practices. The Vice President was speaking at a summit titled Agbara Business Roundtable in Agbara, Ogun State. Hakim Jimo reports.
The inadequate generation, transmission and distribution of electricity in Nigeria has continued to be a source of concern to many. Stakeholders in the sector, including the federal and state governments, corporate organizations, and captains of industries, converged on Agbara, Ogun State, to chart way forward and evolve modern techniques to tackle the challenge. The summit is being championed by Niger Delta Power Holding Company, which is in the forefront of the establishment of an electricity distribution outfit at Agbara, Ogun State, to serve Agbara business cluster and its environs. The chairman, board of directors of the company, and the vice president of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, who assured that the federal government is committed to ensuring stable power supply, mandated the management of the company to distinguish itself in power supply around Agbara in the next 4 months.
It's all about advocacy, about people believing in you. And I have the confidence of my boss so that I can talk authoritatively. He's someone who is very passionate about the Nigeria project. He's very, very committed to repositioning this nation. We all need to rally around him and support him to see to the realization of his dream for a greater Nigeria.
Ogun and Lagos state governments promise to continue to provide enabling environment for the sector to thrive.
Such initiatives like this speak to ensuring the sustainability of competitive industrialization.
This ambitious endeavor, when completed, will bolster the power supply in Agbara, ensuring a reliable and uninterrupted flow.
Goodwill messages by the management of the company centered on appreciation to the federal government for the unwavering support and the renewed mandate to serve the people better. From Agbara in Ogun State, Hakim Jimo, NTA News.
Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Television, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembus, has emerged chairman of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON. Adebola Brookslin witnessed the historic moment.
It was a convergence of who is who in the media industry in Nigeria, and also a large turnout of management staff of the NTA, as the authority's Director General signified interest for the leadership of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON. Longest-serving chairman of the organization, Abubakar Jijiwa, was the returning officer for the election.
So is it the desire and decision of all members to vote for Salihu Abdulhamid Dembus as the next chairman of BON? Those who support say aye.
And the long-awaited time came as NTA's Director General, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembus, emerged new chairman of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, while the Chief Operating Officer, DAR Communications PLC, Tony Akiotu, is vice chairman.
I think from the vibrancy and also contributions that we have seen, members are ready to cooperate and work hand in hand so that we surmount and overcome the problems that we are facing. And I want to assure the members, of course, and Nigerians, that the broadcast organizations in this country will give them nothing but the best.
The chairman and myself will work together to ensure that the media occupies the right place in the scheme of things.
The incoming chairman was unopposed, while the vice chairman had the only contender step down for him. The exchange of baton from the outgoing to the incoming is expected to take place at the end of October 2023. Adebola Brookslin, NTA News.
In Plateau State, the Plateau State government has unveiled guidelines for alternative care for children to enhance the provisions on protection in the existing legal framework, assist government and partners in the implementation of quality alternative care services for children in the state. Ijoma Ozemena has the report.
Alternative care is an arrangement for children who are deprived of family care environment for reasons ranging from trafficking, abandonment, violence, abuse, family separation, and orphanhood. In view of these vices, the need for family strengthening and alternative care for the young ones outside parental care has become imperative. Hence, the development of guidelines for the provision of quality alternative care for children in Plateau State, and was championed by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development with the support of SOS Children's Villages, Nigeria.
So guidelines that would help us and give us details on what to do.
It's a very good idea that these guidelines were implemented in the first place to protect us as children, to ensure that we have a safe society and a very good and comfortable place to live in and grow up as children into adulthood.
Secretary to the government of Plateau State, Samuel Jatel, represented, says every child deserves protection against vulnerability.
On behalf of the state government, I want to assure you that the Ministry of Women Affairs, the state is going to support the implementation of this document. We are committed to applying international best practices in bringing up our children who are deprived by various factors in our society. Also, we are particular about the young people in the state. We have special projects for the young people growing up, making sure that they are trained on entrepreneurship, employability skills, life skills, and also encourage them with startup kits.
There were various presentations by the SOS Villages children to domesticate the child's rights law. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Medical experts are of the view that mental health conditions should not be a reason to deprive people of their rights or to exclude them from decisions about their own health. This was the high point of deliberations during an event commemorating World Health Mental Day by the Psychiatry Department of the Jos University Teaching Hospital, JUTS. Saadatu Mohammed Kafa reports.
The theme for this year's World Mental Health Day is Mental Health is a Universal Right. It raises awareness on mental health concerns and stigma. Chief Medical Director of the Jos University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Poko Bobwada, represented, and the head of Department Psychiatry, Dr. Charles Uwoga, expressed concern over low level of mental health awareness, as 1 out of every 4 Nigerians has one form of disorder.
It's important that we keep marking this day so that we create this awareness in society on the issues of mental health.
Most time we see them as a spiritual problem, and that determines the type of care we seek for them. We'll first take them to the spiritualist, then when it's not working, it's gotten out of hand before they come to the hospital.
Plateau State Government and the Nigerian Bar Association say the Nigerian Constitution has made adequate provision for its citizens, the right to be protected from mental health risks and good quality health care.
His Excellency, too, in his policy document, you want to ensure that, yes, the people on the plateau have the best quality of health care, mental health inclusive.
The Mental Health Act has specifically provided, protected, and guaranteed the right of persons with mental health condition to freedom from discrimination.
The experts add that people with mental health issues have the right to live a life like every other Nigerian. In Jos, Sa'adatu Muhammad Kafa, NTA News.
Panorama will continue after the break. Welcome back. And moving on, the Nigeria Film Corporation says it is working assiduously to harness the movie industry to contribute to the gross domestic product of the country. This, the corporation believes, can be actualized through the development of the Nigeria film industry. Sa'adatu Mohammed Kafa has details.
The Nigerian Film Corporation was established in 1979 with the aim of managing the film assets of Nigeria, as well as developing a viable and sustainable film industry and cinema culture. The corporation, through the Nigerian Film Institute, has provided skills and experience to individuals, leading to global recognition in the Nigerian movie space. This has led to various foreign partners and international collaboration in the areas of training, technology and archival restoration, as well as digitization.
What is key for us is that all these programs, aim at reinforcing the employability of the youth, empowering youth, and also creating jobs. And these are sectors that for Nigeria, with the talent that is here, could really thrive, So we're here to try to help unleash the talents.
Well, students of the Institute have really been making waves domestically and abroad. And as I speak to you, over 70% of film productions in Nigeria in the past 10 years, we've had over 70% of students, graduates of the Institute, who are part of it, both on screen and behind the scene. And you might not see much of them on screen because, we are more or less teaching the acting, but we are teaching the production. So you see more behind the scenes, and they're really making it.
The Nigerian Film Institute requires more infrastructure as well as equipment to fully actualize its mandates. In Jos, Sa'adatu Muhammad Kafa, NTA News.
We have with us Dr. Chidia Maduekwe, the Managing Director and Chief Executive, Nigeria Film Corporation, who will tell us more about this organization that aspires to be the leading film agency that projects Nigeria's culture and tradition to the world. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
How much of this has your organization been able to achieve?
I would say that under the leadership of the government, we have been able to achieve quite a very large output, because we have been given the free hands to go into collaboration, particularly with foreign countries or foreign agencies. And when those collaborations do take place, the fruitful outcome brings so much in terms of revenue. Do I have to talk about the German government collaboration with Goethe Institute and funding partners that has led to over 400,000 master degree program in film culture and archival study, which is the first of its kind in Africa, which is domesticated here in Jos? Or do I talk about the collaboration with the French? You just saw the French ambassador here.
I was going to come to that. Recently, the French ambassador to Nigeria visited the NFC. How significant is this visit?
Yeah, it's significant because it's part of the collaboration I'm talking about that we have free hands to. It led to us signing the very first co-production agreement with any country. That was with France. Before I came, there was no such collaboration between Nigeria, Filming Corporation, and any other country. And they put up AFD to do a study about the film needs and indices. And that study led to, we were informed when the French ambassador came, a release of about 130 million euros, which is within the Federal Ministry of Finance and Budget, which is going to be released for youth innovative creativity in digital media. And we can go on and on. We talk about open the discussion right now with Afri-Exim Bank, headquarters in Cairo, and they have said that they are interested in the creative industry in Nigeria and working with Nigerian Film Corporation, any project that is conclusively
Okay,
decided.
sir, how can Nigeria better utilize opportunities that abound in the film industry?
Is by training, enhancing the capacity, and that is why we exist at National Film Institute, because you cannot be able to achieve deliverable without training. So we are here, we are doing training. We are not just doing training in Jos, we are doing training all over the country. We have also started creating Film Entrepreneurial Hub in the 6th geopolitical zone. We are lucky and privileged to have a new minister for arts, culture, and creative economy that is buying into that phenomenon of creating Film Entrepreneurial Hub, not just in 6th geopolitical zone, but in all the states. The whole idea is to ramp up the development of our youth into becoming net creators of wealth instead of waiting to be employed.
Okay, I think that's how far we can go on the program today. Thank you, sir, for joining us on Panorama.
It remains my pleasure.
And moving on, let's join Gift George for stories trending on the sporting world on Sports Updates.
The